Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
This one simple trick is going to help you stop your neck and arm pain, Brad.
I like that,
Do you
Bob.
believe me?
Of course I believe you, Bob.
Good. I'm glad
You're
you
a
believe
very
me.
believable person.
All right. In case you are new to our channel, by the way, and you don't have any belief in us, we'd like you to subscribe to us anyway. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, and pain-free. Also, please go over to Facebook and like us because it's a sad story. Brad and I, as children, we're not liked, and we're trying to turn things around. So
it's going to work sooner or later,
that's
Bob.
right. Eventually, we're going to be having people like us.
Let's get to the main topic, Bob. We got
right.
neck pain. We got pain running down the arm. How are we going to get rid of this?
Yeah, so you got pain. You know, you're feeling it. You might be feeling it in the trapezius. You might be feeling it in between the shoulder blades. You're feeling it up in the neck.
You can see the dark purple here is where we have the pain is off in this area. Sometimes it goes down to the lower back or the scapula a little bit. And
it can also travel all the way down the arm. If it's going all the way into the hand, I want you to see a therapist. The tingling and stuff. But if not, you can try these things. This is all based on the work of Robin McKenzie. This book is really valuable. Treat Your Own Neck. It's written for the layperson. It's very short. You can read it probably within a night even.
Sure.
And it's got a lot of golden tips that we can't go over through everything here today. So we're just going to give you a basic of it today.
Right. We're going to get through the basic concepts. But, it's not just pain you might be feeling, but it may be some numbness, some tingling, burning, cool or cold sensation is described as. It's because the nerve is being impinged up in the lower neck. And that nerve, or those nerves, go all the way down into the hand.
So the one simple trick, Brad, is that we are trying to find, the way his system works is you're trying to find the one repeated position that's going to help centralize the pain.
Centralize.
What do we mean by centralize? Right now, the pain, the more the pain is going down, the further it's going, the worse it's getting.
Yep.
The more it comes up and starts to what we call centralize, show up more just in this area, the better it's getting.
Right.
So what you want to see is, let's say I do a movement, and that helps take away this pain.
So it used to go to the wrist.
Now it just goes up to the
elbow. Yep.
Good sign. That's the movement you want to choose then. And you're going to keep redoing that movement.
Even if there's a little more pain up here, but you get rid of it down here, it's centralizing, it's positive.
I just had a lady that she was getting pain down her arm, just like this. Now it's out of the shoulder. She goes, but it's a little worse up in my neck, a little more stiff. I go, that's great. That's a good sign.
Right.
So the next step would be trying to get the pain out of the upper arm like this.
Sure.
And then eventually we'll get it out of here too. You want to take that off? I don't want to walk around today with that.
Turn it around once more, Bob. And actually, what'll happen if things are going well, it'll actually go right into this area, and it'll feel like they'll say, oh, it's like the size of a tennis ball, and it's right in that lower neck, and that's a good sign. Then, we're smiling as therapists because we know things are going to do very well.
A lot of times it may just feel stiff in there towards the end.
Sure.
So the first one we're going to start off with, and this is also if you're, really hurting, you're going to start off with the chin tucks. And we've done these many times, but this is the one movement you start off with. You want to make sure it's not going to make things worse, but you're going to go ahead and you're going to tuck your chin in like this. So you're forward like this, tuck your chin. Now the key is with these movements is that you're going to do them quite often.
Sure.
I mean, they talk about 5 to 6 to 7 times a day, and you're going to do at least 10 repetitions.
With good posture. Bob is sitting up tall here.
Always good posture with all these. You got to really make sure you got good posture. So you're going to do your chin tucks. Sometimes we even do a little bit of overpressure, and you go ahead like that. Now, if even that starts making your pain worse, then you're going to probably do them down here.
So you're gonna you can lay on a carpeted floor. You could do it on your bed. You're not going to have a pillow, and you'll lay down and. My head's touching here, and I'm going to tuck my chin in and try. I always tell my patients, can you touch the back of your neck down to the table? And so that I know that'll give them the right movement that we're looking for.
Sometimes I'll put a roll towel underneath their head.
Right here?
Just to give them a little bit of support.
Sure. You get a little gap in there.
Especially if their head is so, they have a forward head posture.
Right, for comfort, because they're just not able to do this, particularly older people usually.
But as soon as you're able to start tolerating that, then you're going to go ahead and start doing extensions. So we're going to go back to the seated position. And now you're going to start going back like this. And then what you want to do is you want to have a chair generally that's going to hit you below the shoulder blades. This one's a little bit high for me.
Yeah.
And you're going to start working on this because you're not just doing this. You're leaning back into the chair and going back.
You're actually extending the thoracic or that upper back as well.
Yeah, you're getting the, exactly. So the lower neck, upper back, and you're going to work on this. Brad, you want to show what to do with the towel?
Right.
Let's say that's not working for you.
They probably thought I was going to snap.
Yeah, I bet you they did think that.
Maybe they were hoping. Just
I'm
kidding.
sure if we took a poll, there'd be plenty that would be hoping.
All right.
So this is what Brad and I often do when someone can't do the extensions.
Right. This is starting to go well, but this is starting to be uncomfortable. You take a towel roll and you roll it up, and you get it low on the neck. And there's a couple different varieties that do it. This is how I'll have my patients do it first. Is here, and then I'll say, "Can you go back now with the towel? And does it feel better?" And if they say, "Well, yeah, that feels a lot better," and it can go back farther, then we're going to stick with it. If it still hurts or whatever, but I would say over 90% of the time, this is
usually the one that solves it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I mean, if you can only go a little bit of range while the towel's in there, just do a little bit.
right. So the towel helps you come forward and it supports going back. And you may, do 10 of these, and by the 10th one, it should feel better, a little more range of motion. You don't fret if you can't go all the way back yet, because that probably will take a little while if it's a bad case.
So let's say you're getting back there and
Sure.
it's still not, the pain is really still localizing or centralizing. What the next one you're going to want to try is really good posture. And let's say the pain's on this side. You're going to do a chin tuck and you're going to bend to that right side, to the side that's painful.
Right.
This is the one that works for me. This is the one, and I had a dentist. This just worked beautifully for him. He was having pain down
I'm glad
his
you
arm.
mentioned that, because on our comments, we've had more than one dentist actually say,
Really?
yeah.
And
So-
I don't know if they're right-handed or what it was, and I think they tend to lean one way when they're working.
Sure.
So this really I mean, it was almost miraculous, to be honest with you. And again, you could do these every hour. You can do 10 of them. You can do even a little bit more if it feels good.
Right, and the rule is, as you do it, good means it's either centralizing, coming up, or it's feeling better overall.
If this does work too, Brad, I generally do recommend that you try some extensions after doing that too.
Right.
So-
Yep. All of my McKenzie classes, they say, work the sagittal plane, in other words, straight back if
Yep.
it works. Otherwise go to the alternatives.
Another one is, Brad, if it's giving you trouble, you kind of get stuck, you're going to maybe try the rotation.
Sure.
Now the rotation one, you can go to the painful side or you can go to the other side, but you figure out which one starts to reduce the pain. So let's say I rotate to the right and that's reducing the pain, I'll pick that side.
Right.
But let's say that makes it worse. I'll try rotating to the left and just rotating to the left. And you can give a little overpressure on those too.
Yep. Gentle. Just
Gentle. So if you gotta find, that's the one secret tip. This one simple trick is to find out which direction is going to reduce the pain.
Right.
Now, in addition to that, I'm going to go over just a couple other things. We want to make sure that you have good posture throughout your day.
Sure.
If you're working at a computer workstation, don't have the screen so low that you're leaning forward like this. You really got to get your head up, ears over the shoulders.
Right.
The other one I think that really helps, Brad, is especially if you're getting pain all the way down the arm, throughout the day, try to keep that arm supported as much as possible.
Sure.
I'll put a pillow there. I just have people do this. They think, well, it's resting like this. It's not. It's still pulling on the nerves.
Right.
So I said, whenever you can, get a pillow, maybe even two, and support that arm, and you'd be surprised how that all starts to calm down.
And there are some nice office computer work chairs that you can actually adjust the arm up and down. Some people aren't even aware of it, but you can push a button in here, and you want to make sure it's adjusted so that you can, intermittently rest it on there. It's going to feel good to get the weight off of pulling on those muscles.
Just real quickly on sleeping posture too, Brad.
Oh, yes.
When you're sleeping, you don't want to be sleeping with and they go over this in the book, by the way, too. They go over all these
Sure.
things. We'll have a link below for the book. You don't want to have two pillows like this, because what you're doing is you're putting the neck forward here, and so you're in bad posture again. So when you're on your back, and even if you're reading, don't be putting your back in this or neck in this position.
Right, or watching TV in
Yeah.
bed.
So you're going to go ahead and put it down like this, and now my ears are lined up with my shoulders, and I got good posture here.
If you happen to have a thick pillow, get yourself a thinner pillow.
Right.
I've
Now-
had people have that happen already because they just got those big bulky pillows.
The difference only would be though if you do lay on your side, then you do want the thick pillow because
Right.
you're trying to fill in this gap here.
So you need a thin pillow and a thick pillow.
You do, or 2 pillows.
Or you can have a thin pillow and then when you lay on your side,
you can double it up.
Yep.
Now, also, if this is the painful arm, it's not a bad idea. Do you want to give me one more pillow, Brad?
Sure.
To go ahead and put a pillow here, and then you put another pillow underneath the arm like this, and keep that arm supported even all the way through the night.
Right.
I would avoid laying on that shoulder if you could, because that's just going to irritate it.
Right.
So, all right, Brad. I hope those tips help the people out there.
Oh, I'm sure they will
If
because
they get help, they'll like us.
right.
So
then
it's
then
the
we'll be
circle of
happy.
it's the circle of like. All right. Thanks for watching.